What's up guys, it's Natural here and welcome back to another football roundup. How you guys been this weekend? You could be happy, sad, or you could do what Kylie Jenner done this weekend and make a public Pepsi video, an ad, and think what's great, what would be great to actually unite the whole terrorism going on by having a can of Pepsi and giving it to a police officer. I think, you know what? That's what we want to see in life. The person who made that ad, honestly, is the stupidest idiot I have ever seen in my life. How is that even... just stupidity is ridiculous. Anyway, we're not here to talk about it. I'm just telling you what's been going on this week in the internet, but that's not me. Let's talk about what we're really here, you guys really here to talk about, the football. Let's start off with the Premier League. And in the Premier League this weekend, the biggest game of the weekend this weekend was Chelsea versus Manchester United. What happened was shocking. Not really, because Chelsea lost to Manchester United. I called it. I said on Twitter that Man United will win this game for two reasons. One, they haven't lost since October. So that's something. Two, I also said that Chelsea aren't playing well. I know they beat Bournemouth. No disrespect, Bournemouth got humiliated by Spurs this weekend. I get on to them in a while. The fact is, Manchester United right now, they could finish top four. They beat Chelsea, deserved to beat Chelsea. They were amazing. They didn't play Zlatan, didn't need Zlatan. You got Rashford. He was amazing. Him and Lingard up top. They had I think it was a 4-2-2 they were playing system. It worked perfectly. It all came into place. Rashford, Lingard were amazing. I never thought I'd say this. Herrera looked a worldie. He was man of the match. He was unplayable. He man-marked Hazard. Hazard literally was tracking shadows. He didn't know. He clearly knew his own shadow, for God's sake. He was not at his best. But he had to give credit to Herrera. He had to give it to Mourinho. Mourinho knows Hazard. He knows his weaknesses and his strengths. And he got his weakness out. That, my friends, is the reason why people say Mourinho, yeah, he's not good enough. Mourinho's one of the best managers in the world. That's why Mourinho's the best manager in the world, because of that. In big games, he turns up. And you could say in the FA Cup, yeah, they got a lot. Herrera, they get sent off on harshly, but they were still hard to beat. Man, they only won 1-0 thanks to Kenny's Worley, and Pogba didn't defend. Pogba doesn't defend, but they were amazing. Rashford scored the first goal. It was a it was a handball from Herrera, but the referee didn't see it. He scored. Man United probably need a bit of luck this season. Their home form's been horrific. And then the second half, a deflected goal from Herrera hit the ball, deflected in the net. Man United deserved 3 points. They were amazing. Chelsea, big defeat. I know they lost to Crystal Palace, but now they've lost 2 games in 3. Are the wheels starting to come off this Chelsea team, or is this just a blip? I don't know. We find out in the next game, which they play against Tottenham in the FA Cup. If they lose that game, it's going to be really interesting at the end of the season. Speaking of Tottenham, they humiliate Bournemouth 4-0, who literally are the worst team I have ever seen defensively this season. I know Eddie Howe's a good manager, but he's not a defensive manager. He's not like a Tony Pulis or a Sam Allardyce, who, yeah, literally just you outscore the opposition. This time you're playing against probably the best team in the Premier League, who've only lost 3 games this season, who've got unbelievable home form, have won 7 games on a row in Tottenham, who are red hot form. Dele Alli looks unreal. He scored another goal this weekend, along with Harry Kane back in the team, scoring, and Son scores. And I never thought I'd say this, Vincent Janssen scores an open play goal. You could say, well, defending is horrific. The goalkeeper had no idea what he's doing. And it gets worse for Bournemouth. Jack Wilshere looks like he's out for the rest of the season. Looks like he's not going to be at Bournemouth next season. Looks like he's only going to be at Arsenal next season. So he could be playing for another club. Somewhere, maybe in Serie A probably. But he's not had a great season. 2 assists for him this season. I know it's Bournemouth, but that's not even close to good enough for him. And people say Jack Wilshere, this is a guy who this time a year ago got in the Euro squad ahead of Danny Drinkwater. And people ask me why football managers are stupid. Ridiculous to say this. Look, Jack Roach is a talent, but he, for me, it's just not working for him. As for Tottenham, we got a title race on now. The gap is now 4 points, with Tottenham still have to play Arsenal and Manchester United. It's going to be a really good end to the season. It's going to be interesting. End of this season, no question about it, in the title race. As for the race for the top 4, Liverpool get closer to the top 4 after they beat West Brom thanks to a horrific game it was. But Firmino does actual Tony Pulis gets on Tony Pulis' leg. I said piece. He conceded with available. Firmino scores a header with probably the last kick of the game in the first half. It was that poor, it was bad. It was one of the worst games I've ever seen this season. It was that bad I actually had to flick it over and watch motorbikes. It was terrible. I'm a motorbike fanatic. I would rather watch a motorbike race than watch that rubbish that I seen today with West Brom and Liverpool. It was that bad. It was awful. But good credit to Liverpool. These type of games, they do slip up. Good win for them to get close. It looks like they're going to finish third and finish top 4. And now the other team fighting for the team who are now 4th in the league are now Man City after they humiliated Southampton 3-0. Vincent Kompany back in the team and he looked unplayable. He makes that back 4 look good. He makes Claudio Bravo look an average goalkeeper to a decent goalkeeper when he's actually playing the team. Vincent Kompany is a massive leader of that team. He's a leader of men. He knows how to orchestrate a defence. That's what they need. They lack that this season, Man City, in terms of this is a squad that should win the league. This is a squad that should fight for the title, for goodness sake, not fight 4th. I mean, it's ridiculous, but it is what it is. But as for Southampton, they've had a decent season. They got to a final of the EFL Cup. They've had a very iffy end of the season, Southampton, but if they keep hold of their best players, I think they could push on next season. But if they finish top 10, I think that's an achievement. You got a cup final. I think that's a good season now. Everton, who are on a rampage at the minute, beat Burnley 3-1. Burnley still haven't won a away game all season. It looks like they're not going to win a away game all season. Sorry, Burnley fans. As for Everton, great win. Barkley back in the goals. Lukaku looks like he's going to get this golden boot this year. It's his main target for the season. Also, Everton aren't far away from getting into Europa League spots. They could fight for the top 4. I think that's a bit harsh because our teams have game in hands, but they are ahead of Arsenal. Never thought I'd say that. Never thought I'd say in this stage of the season that Arsenal are behind Everton. Wow, that's something. So Everton, they're looking good and rosy for the new season, next season. If they bring in some quality players, they will fight for the title. Not for fight for the title. They could fight for the top 4 next season if they keep the best players and add quality to that team. As for Burnley, they're safe. If they get a win at the end of the season, I think that's alright. You took a monkey off your back, but they are safe for another season. Sunderland got a point against West Ham. That's right. You think you see it on football when you see Sunderland get a draw against West Ham United. West Ham, who were leading this game twice, who have the worst for a team of West Ham's calibre. They have the worst win percentage when taking the lead of a game. They've lost 22 points from winning positions this season. That is a disgrace. That is a relegation, mate. 22 points West Ham have conceded from winning positions. How the hell does this team not in the relegation zone? Don't get me wrong, West Ham fan, I'm not having to go with your team. I like West Ham, I like the club, I like where it's going. But what the hell? I know the whole Payet situation it looks like a massive look. I'm not wrong. I'm not a fan of Adrian Payet. I just don't rate him. But you got players like Lanzini, Snodgrass, Font, Candy Carroll. That's a decent team. How the hell you can't beat West? How can you not even beat Sunderland, who are the worst Premier League team I have ever seen since Aston Villa and Derby? Is a disgrace. Apart from Jermaine Defoe and the goalkeeper, literally that team is a mediocre championship team. Incredible. But hey, I do credit to Sunderland, even though I hate the club. They got a good point. But you're still going down. There's no way. You need to win 6 games from the next 6 you have left to stay in this league. It ain't happening, mate. It ain't happening. As for West Ham, massive problems there. Slaven Bilic is being linked with the get the boot out of the club sort of thing, get the sack. I feel for Slaven Bilic because some of them players just haven't turned up this season, and the owner literally needs to back off and let the guy do what he did. And then so take another team come back from 2-0, well from 2-0 down. Crystal Palace get a 2-2 draw against Leicester City. Leicester City were leading this game 1-0. Then Vardy scores. Then Kabay scores. He's been back in the goals recently. And the big Benteke, which Big Sam says he won 6 goals for Benteke this season. By the end of the season, he's got 2. So West Ham, Crystal Palace do look like they're safe for our season. They've had a fantastic end this season. I said they humiliated Arsenal. They were amazing against Arsenal. I said Big Sam will keep Crystal Palace in the Premier League. A, organisation. B, clean sheets. And C, he'll get them players pumped up for the end of the season. He always does it. Even though he's not the best manager in terms of way he styles, but he does get the best out of a team and he does organise a team. As for Leicester, big game in the Champions League midweek. Atletico Madrid, they won them down thanks to Griezmann, who was unplayable in that match. But hey, they've had a great season. Leicester haven't had a great season, take that back. But sacked Ranieri, and he's saying that somebody stabbed him in the back, which could be Shakespeare, whatever we're hearing. But they're safe for another season. Leicester City, they can look for the Champions League game against Atletico Madrid. And hey, they could beat them. We don't know. Stoke City beat Hull City 3-1. Stoke were amazing in this game. Arnautovic was unplayable. Shaqiri had the game of his life. He was amazing in this game. Hull City played well too. Harry Maguire, who looks like a real good player, and I think some teams will get him in the summer if they stay up or go down. Scores. Aiden Shaqiri scores one of the goals of the season. It was absolutely textbook world class from Shaqiri. Even though this is Shaqiri's problem, he's just inconsistent. But scoring a goal like that tells you this kid is talented, and he is talented. You don't play with Bayern Munich and you're not talented, but he doesn't do it enough. Shaqiri, he doesn't know how good he could be. So yeah, I mean it's a good win for Stoke. They're trying to at least finish in the top 10 this season, which they always do. Hull, it's sort of a kick in the teeth, but if you're going to stay in this league, Hull, you have to pick points away from home. Yes, your home form can keep you in the league, but you have to pick points away from home if you're going to stay in the Premier League. And the last game I'm talking about is Watford 1-0 win against Swansea City. Watford's season, well, it's been a little inconsistent too. They're good win. They're now 10th in the league. It wasn't really a great game. Swansea looks like they're going down. They're struggling for form. They're struggling to get Llorente and Sigurdsson in scoring goals again. Don't get me wrong, Llorente's been and Sigurdsson's been fantastic. Sigurdsson, especially, he's been on literally the reason why they have a chance of staying up, along with the manager. But you can't rely on 2 players just to keep you in the league. You need other players to come to the table. They haven't done it this season. But hey, they're only 2 points behind Hull, but everything to play for from now to the end of the season for those 2 teams. So guys, let's look at the Premier League table, where the gap between the top 2 is now 4 points. It was 10 3 weeks ago. It's now down to 4. We got a title race on this, no question about it. But then you got the other teams from Arsenal, who are 7th, up to Liverpool, who are 3rd, fighting in that top 4. But even though Arsenal lose tonight against Middlesbrough, I think they're finished in the top 4. Then we look at the bottom 3. Sunderland look like they're down, thank God for that, I can say that, yay. Looks like Middlesbrough, if they win tonight, they can at least cut the gap between them 2 for relegation between Swansea and Hull, which I think is between them 2. I think Bournemouth and the rest are safe for our season. Now guys, let's move on to the Bundesliga. And in the Bundesliga this weekend, Bayern Munich, who lost to Real Madrid thanks to Ronaldo, who scored his 100th goal in the Champions League, congratulations to him, got beat. Couldn't score a goal against probably the worst team in the Bundesliga in terms of form, in Leverkusen. The season point for Leverkusen, they've had a horrific season and they're only now 5 points off the relegation playoff, but they need a win. If they're not careful, they could go down. as for Bayern, the title looks like it's going to be theirs for another season. But in terms of the big Champions League game, they have to turn up. This is the reason why Karl was brought to the club, to win the Champions League for Bayern Munich. And then you can't do that. We all know they're going to win the league. We all know they're going to win the German Cup. But for God's sake, it's the one competition Bayern want. They haven't won since 2013. They have to win this. They have to. Anyway, good point for Bayern and a good point for Leverkusen. For Leipzig, who have now qualified for the Champions League. That's right, a promotion team who have now qualified for the Champions League. You could say, well, hold on, man, they got so much money, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. Hey, it's still an achievement for a team who have only been promoted to get into the Champions League. They beat the other team who are fighting for Europe and also promoted in Freiburg. Good one for them. Timo Werner looks like a fantastic, good player for Germany coming up. He got a goal. Some guy got his tooth knocked out and he got to go as well. So they've had a great season. I think they'll finish second this year. They've been an absolute breath of fresh air this season. Along with Freiburg, for example. Those two teams have been outstanding. And yeah, hope those two will finish in Europe next season. Dortmund, it's been a very traumatic week for them this week, thanks to the whole bus attack. And just I want to take my condolences to Borussia Dortmund, and also hopefully Bartra, mate, hope you get better and come back fighting, and we want to see you back on the pitch, mate, because we don't want to see scenes like that. We want to see football at its best. Well, this is a beautiful game, for goodness sake. We don't want to see that bus attack. We want to see football. That's what we want to see. So again, I want to just take this time to say, hopefully everybody is safe. Hopefully everybody gets better again for this whole tragedy. And Bartra, get better, mate. Get better. Anyway, back to the game. Dortmund win 3-1 against Frankfurt. It was a very emotional game in terms of the match. But Dortmund put it aside and focused on the game. Good win for them. Aubameyang gets his 24th goal this season. Him, Modest and Lewandowski fighting for the Golden Boot. Frankfurt got to go back. Socrates scores a worldie. A good win for them to keep in touch with Hoffenheim for that first spot. And speaking of Hoffenheim, they won an absolute thriller of a game, 5-3 against Gladbach. Another player who's at Bayern Munich next season scores a worldie. And it literally had it was an amazing game. That manager at Hoffenheim has been amazing. 29 years old. He is Bundesliga Manager of the Year. Incredible achievement for a club of that stature. Hoffenheim, who are only a small club. It's amazing. It's incredible. To say this. They put the question Hoffenheim's achievement. Hoffenheim, they're like Stoke City. It's amazing what achievement Hoffenheim have done this season. It's incredible. So congratulations to the manager. Congratulations to Hoffenheim. Looks like they're going to finish in the Champions League for next season. They've never been in Europe, which is amazing to say the least. So good luck for them. Gladbach, their season's finished. Looks like they're going to finish mid-table. They've had a horrific season. And some big players they have a big change. Looks like a new manager needs to bring in there too. Team who are on fire at the minute, and a team that actually got a better form table than Bayern, Dortmund and the Big Four ahead is Werder Bremen, who would win again in the big derby this weekend against their arch rivals Hamburg. Again, they're on a roll. They're now 8th. They were this time 3 months ago bottom of the league. Looked down, no one gave them the chance. They're now 8th. They're only 5 points off the Europa League spots. They could get Europe. They could finish in the Europa League spot, and they were bottom of the league 3 months ago. Amazing achievement what they're doing. Werder Bremen, they're, I wouldn't say a big club, but they're like a middle team club. But that's where they should be every season. They should be in the Europa League spot. That's where they are. Hamburg looks like another season fighting for relegation. They're only 2 points off the relegation playoff. It's not a great week for Hamburg. And last game talking around the Bundesliga is Mainz's 1-0 win, a massive win against Hertha Berlin. Hertha Berlin looks like the season is really coming off the rails now. They're now 5th in the league. They're 7th league now. They were 5th at one point. Not really great. Mainz, big win for them, massive win for them because they were sliding down the table. Big win to at least get out of that relegation fighting zone and stay in the league for another season. So guys, look at the Bundesliga table, with Bayern Munich still top the league, even though that draw. Leipzig qualified for the Champions League, congratulations to them. They looks like they're going to finish second. Hoffenheim, Dortmund, looks like they're going to finish in that order. And at the bottom, Ingolstadt, not really good. Darmstadt got a win this weekend, so they won't get relegated for another week at least. Ingolstadt and the other teams fighting for that relegation fighting spots. It's going to be really again this season in that relegation battle in Bundesliga. Now guys, let's move on to La Liga. And La Liga this weekend, the big two win. Barcelona, massive win for them against Real Sociedad. Real Madrid also win 3-2 away to Sporting Gijon. Let's start off with Real Madrid. They top the league, still 3 points ahead of Barcelona, and a massive win. Even though they not played very well, I don't think they played the strongest team in this game, Real Madrid. But you're playing against a team who are fighting for points in Sporting Gijon to stay in the league. Good win for them. Barcelona seeing both. Messi scores 2, and yet they still won them out 3-2. Incredible. So it looks like those two teams, looks like the Clásico is going to decide who wins that league, which is next week, going to be massive bananas. And the fight for the top 4, Atletico Madrid get a great win at looks like relegation already, Osasuna. But it's not that they won 3-0. They missed 2 penalties. Griezmann missed 2 penalties. I never thought I'd say that. Amazing, incredible. They could have won 5-0, but they didn't. Osasuna looks like they're going to be relegated next weekend if they do not win. And they have only won 1 game in the last 20, I think. And that doesn't look like they're going to stay up. Real Madrid looks like they're going to finish 3rd because Valencia drew 0-0 with Sevilla. Sevilla, not really getting the seat. Ever since they've been dumped out of the Champions League, they've really struggled with form. And the player of Valencia said we were really hungry in form, and they could actually end the season in top half. Therefore, I'll say that after their capitulation this time a year ago when they had Gary Neville as the manager. And we're also talking about Atletico Bilbao, who beat Las Palmas. Looks like they won to finish in Europa League spots. And Valverde, who is the favourite to get the Barcelona job, looks like he's doing well to get that Barcelona job. And the last one to talk about is Tony Adams. That's right, Tony Adams, Granada lose to Celta Vigo. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought Tony Adams would be the manager of Granada? Amazing. You don't want to mess with Tony Adams, trust me, you don't. As Celta Vigo, it was their B team, they didn't even play their strongest team, they didn't even play their main striker Aspas, and they still won. Looks like Granada are down, along with Osasuna and Sporting Gijon. So guys, let's look at the league table. We're the top 2 still to find the title. Madrid are 3rd, Sevilla 4th. Villarreal play tonight. If they win, they cut the gap to them Villarreal. So Villarreal may have an outside chance of finishing top 4. And at the bottom, those 3 look like they're down and doomed. Now guys, let's move on to Serie A. Yeah, and the big game in Serie A this weekend was the Milan derby, which was absolutely a cracker. Finished 2-2, it could have been any scoreline. Now, the fact is, AC Milan started the game well, hit the post. Inter scored the first goal thanks to Candreva, he celebrated. Then Aikadi scored 5 minutes later. And then you think 2-0, and you think, whoa, this could be any scoreline. Inter Milan are on fire. And then the second half, the manager went to a back 3, and then somehow, some way, AC Milan came back in the game thanks to Sosa's beautiful ball, Kuta with a good finish, and then the last kick of the match from a corner, Zapata scores. Goal line technology helped, and therefore I say that because it did. FIFA are stupid for not getting in sooner, but anyway, good finish 2-2. I think it was a 2-2 game. It wasn't a 2-0 game because it was a fantastic game, great spectacle for Serie A, great game for a Milan derby. That's what you get in a derby. Finish 2 apiece. Both teams doesn't really help really because they're not going to fight for the title, they're not going to fight for the Champions League places. The season's finished really. Juventus beat Pescara 2-0 thanks to Higuain's 2 goals. So Dybala scores 2 against Barcelona. He pretty much says, you know what, I'm going to score 2 goals too against a team who are pretty much down in the relegation, pretty much relegated really, in Pescara. Good win for them. They're getting close to getting that hand on that title, on the Scudetto in Serie A. Speaking of teams struggling at the minute, Roma 1-1 draw against Crotone. Not really what you want. Sorry, 1-1 draw against Atalanta. Atalanta have had a fantastic season this season. They've been amazing this season. Roma, not really what you want, trying to finish second in the league. Not going to affect Potato. Potato's space is pretty much finished. But they could still finish second. And then you got Napoli on their heels now after they humiliate Udinese 3-0. Bertrand back in the goals again. He's been a revelation this season, like I always say. But a good win for Napoli. They are closing the gap to Roma. They only need 2 points now. It's going to be very interesting end of the season. And also talking about the relegation is Genoa, who got a good point against Lazio. Lazio, ever since they did lose to Napoli, they've struggled recently. But good point for Genoa to keep them in Serie A for another season. Lazio looks like they're going to finish 5th. And the last game to talk about is Empoli's massive win against Fiorentina to stay in the league for another season, because Crotone was catching them at a rip at knots. But now, with their good win, they pretty much, and it's not safe yet, but they're very close to being safe for another season. Now guys, let's look at the Serie A table, where Juventus still top it. Looks like they're going to win another Scudetto. Roma, Napoli fighting for second in the table with only 2 points. Then you got the likes of Lazio, Atalanta, AC, Inter. Literally anybody can fight for them in the big spots. And in the bottom, Pescara, Palermo look doomed. Crotone have a chance of actually catching Napoli, even though they won this weekend. Now guys, let's move on to League Earn. And in League Earn this weekend, Monaco come back and win 2-1. PSG win 2-0. And Nice come back and win 3-1. Starting off with Monaco, good win for Monaco. Farkas scores 2 unbelievable free kicks, the sensational free kicks. Come back and win 2-1. PSG, simple, they won 2-0 thanks to Di Maria's 2 goals, his 13th goal of the season. And also Nice, even though Greg Palatelli, even though he got suspended for the game, they still won 3-1. So it looks like Nice will qualify for the Champions League next season. Congratulations to them, because they've never finished third in Ligue 1 since 1979. Incredible achievement for them, for Nice. But I think they're not going to fight for the title. I think they've got too much to do to fight to catch Monaco and PSG for the title. Anyway, that's them 3. Let's move on to the other teams. Marseille went 4-0 against Saint Etienne. Wasn't really an achievement there. We all know Marseille got home form in their season pretty much finished. So pretty much 2 teams fighting. Saint Etienne were looking to overtake Marseille. Marseille's, you're behind us this season. Bordeaux, good win against Nantes to finish. Looks like they're going to finish 5th this season. They've had a really good season. And the other game was postponed. Was between Bastia and Lyon. Crowd trouble. You don't want to see this. It was crowd trouble between Besiktas and Lyon in the Europa League on Thursday. That game was delayed due to bad. Looks like this game was postponed, and it looks like Bastia are going to be deducted points. And it looks like it's not going to be replayed, because this is the 3rd time this season that Bastia have had crowd trouble. And if you have done 3 strikes, you're out. You're going to get deducted points. It looks like Lyon are going to get the default 3-0 win. So guys, let's look at the League Earn table, where Monaco still top of the league, head of PSG and Nice. Lyon, who didn't play this weekend due to the crowd trouble in Bastia, are 4th. Then Bordeaux, Marseille, Saint Etienne, and the rest. And the bottom, Lorient did win this weekend against Montpellier, but they still have a fighting chance of staying in the league for another season. Now guys, let's move on to the rest of Europe. And the rest of Europe this weekend, in Ligue 1, Tenerife took another twist. Benfica win 3-0. Braga drew 1-1 against Porto, which is massive for the league, because the gap is now 3 points. And that game between Sporting Lisbon and Benfica will decide who wins the league. If Benfica lose, Porto have a chance. If Benfica win, then it's Benfica's title. But if Benfica drew, it's up in the air. So that will decide who wins the league. Benfica looks like they could win it, but hey, you never know. Sporting get a good win this weekend to secure 3rd spot for another season in the league. and Braga, who had a horrible season, are now 5th behind Gimenez, which is really good because we've had a good season. If you had a Braga, you're doing well. So that's Liga NOS. Let's move on to Eredivisie. The Eredivisie title race is still 1 point between Ajax and Feyenoord. After Feyenoord winning 2-0 against Utrecht, Ajax thrashed some team 5-1, and looks like PSV won't be champions this season. Also, we're going to have a new champion between Feyenoord and Ajax because they only drew 1-1 against The Hague. It's not really going to be a great season in PSV. There's still so many players. They're trying to rebuild a new stadium. It doesn't look like they had a great season. But hey, the Falcons are going to finish third. That game next week between Ajax and PSV could decide who wins the league. If Ajax win, if Ajax could decide who wins the league, it's a massive game. Because Feyenoord is still a point with only 3 games to go. So guys, that's the end of the football roundup this weekend. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day and a fantastic week, and a happy Easter to all you guys as well. Please like, subscribe, The Natural. Peace out.